Onegaishimasu.
お願いします。
Loosen the body up a little bit. Just up and down. Side to side. Rotating. And just waving through the spine. We'll start with the feet. So it's coming up onto the toes. Hold it. You reach up long and come back down and just onto the heels. And back up all the way into the toes, stretching up, sinking down onto the heels. And just placing the big toe down, lift the toes. And then all the toes on the ground, just raise the big toe. And just work the edges of the feet, side to side. And then one foot down, just rolling through in circle. Raise it off the ground, just circling the ankles. Pointing the toes out. And then the ball of the foot. And then pressing the heel down. Good. And change sides. Roll through the ball. The other way. And raising up, just circle the ankles. And point the toes. Press the ball. And then the ankle. Okay, just roll the knee. Keeping the feet down on the ground. The other way. Stretching down. Back. Just to the hip. Big circles. Right. With the elbows out, just rotating, holding it, and changing side. rolling the shoulders. Nice, big circles forward. And backwards. Just with the arm long, just roll it to the back. And to the front. And change sides. And forward. Good. Okay, just the neck, chin to the chest. And stretching up. Again to the chest. And back up. And to the left. Back to the middle and then to the right. Again. Left. And right. And then to the shoulder. Side. Using the hand, a little bit of weight down. Pushing from the back and pressing back with the head. Keep the skull, keep the neck long. Push back against the hand. And then hands at the front, pushing back with the hands and pressing forward with the head. Good. Just the arms, rolling the shoulders. Rolling the wrists and the forearm. And then coiling the arms forwards and then spreading them out. Tight to the body here and then out, connecting the fingers, the forearms, and then separating it out. Push this out and then spread. And spread. And then reverse it, so with contact, press it towards the body, split it out, and then find the contact. Nice big movement. Okay, swinging the body, so raising the arms and just dropping the weight down, keeping the knees flexible and the weight centered. Drop down. Good. Okay, finding the shoulder and the lower back. Twisting to the side. Down. And then at the top, just for the shoulders, splitting the arms and rolling back up. All one way. The opening the chest, the shoulders, widening and spreading. And the other direction. And just shake the arms out. Circle. Shake the whole body. The feet. Okay, take a Bokken. Okay, we're just going to start from this position, something we did on the workshop. Just connecting the hands to the hip and just moving. And the first time, just keep the right hip forward. So just moving with a sense of holding the right kamae, nice and soft in the arm. And just moving the hip forward, backwards, sideways, but just keep a feeling of connecting the handwork and the kamae to the hip work and the feet. So just nice and slow, soft movement. Keep the connection out, keep the extension strong. Really with a sense of weight down, sinking the weight down into the ground. Just connect. And then just switch the grip over to the left side and do the same. Now keeping the left side forward. So nice and flexible. But see feel the difference in the kamae also. So as much as you can, keeping the left side forward. And in a left side kamae. So feel the difference in the position. Feel the connection between the sword and the hip. And then just freely change between the positions, so right and left. And then when you change the hip, just really make the change in the hands also. So keep the connection all the time. So nice and freely. Keeping the ground and really keeping the connection to the hip. Work with forwards, backwards, sideways, rotating movements. Let's really explore. And every once in a while, this in movement, just really come to a stop and just really feel the body, feel the kamae, and especially the knees. Really feel if they're locked, tight, or if they're kind of out of place. Really just sink into the kamae and then just go straight into movement. So just move around freely and then just come to a halt, stop, just check the body and then just go into movement again. Just stop. Really feel the body, sink the weight down and then just straight into movement again. Okay, and then doing the same thing, rather than now coming to a stop, I want you to find a different kamae. So this is basically the chudan kamae. This is the kind of base chudan kamae we're using, middle kamae. I want you to just explore different kinds of positions. So moving around and then just roll into a kamae here. And just check in the body again. Really look for the body to be sinking down, the joints nice and free and open, and then just go back into movement. So got really jodan kamae. Or lower the sword down. Just really find a different position for the sword. Really check the body. Check everything's free, open, extended, loose. And just move into it. So straight from movement and into a kamae. Nice and still. Feel the weight drain down. And then just back into movement. And just try. So just explore different postures with the sword. Okay. And then very similar, still keeping in motion. Are we to kind of cycle through different Kamae? So really just move again, keep it around, and just cycle through different movements. Rolling the sword down, up to this position. So here, and just each one really take your time. Feel the position in the sword. Connect to the body. Connect to the body. Connect to the body. And really feel any tension and try and really drain it down. And then just go back into movement. So do a kind of cycle, 3, 4, or just keep going, keep cycling through the postures. But the main thing is just drain the body down and keep the sword integrated into the body, especially these postures that are high. Really try and feel the sword included in the posture. Include it in the posture. Just kind of cycle between the postures.
Michael,
Yeah.
so sorry to break the zen, but I don't think I've seen you done the one where you hold the bokken on the.
This side. This is like think of this like a hasso position. It actually, the hasso position originally comes from sword work. So this position we do with the jo.
Yeah.
We tend this is the hasso, but actually the hasso Kamae is originally a sword posture this way. It's basically keeping the sword at the side, and the arms are kind of extended up this way. This kind of position, and the sword's just resting by the side of the body. And in normally you've got the right side's the common form. You've also got a left side Kamae too this way. So the hasso posture is kind of originally a sword posture, and it's basically just a ready position here.
Is this where you go up if you're doing the third saburi? Is this how you hold the sword before you go?
No, it's slightly different. In terms of the third arm, just straight on the line of the body. We don't really use the hasso posture in our kind of sword system. We don't really use it. It tends to be used a lot in sword styles that use what they're known as kind of a kesagiri, which is a kind of side cut, which is a cut that's like this way.
Okay.
Usually systems which come from battlefield, because if I have armor on, I generally can't raise it to the head and do this kind of shomanuchi cut that we do. So in terms of a kind of battle position with armor, this is usually the cut is a kind of kesagiri cut, just a kind of.
So where does the blade point to, Michael?
The blade is pointing forward in this case.
Right forward?
Yeah, right, straight forward this way. Feel that in this case it's just a short movement this way would be the cut. So it's like this position with the body, and also on the left side, the blade's pointing forward this way. So the blade's right forward this way. This position. That's the hassle.
Okay, thank you. It's just I've never seen you do that before.
Yeah, good. We don't really use it so much. It's a legitimate position. Yeah. Yeah, good. And then really similar, just do this now a bit more in motion. So you're really going to cycle through. So no real sense of pausing. Just have the sense of finding the middle and entering the next position. Entering the next position. So basically find the postures now in motion and find the transition in motion. So still nice and calm. Just keep the positions totally in motion now. Really working the feet. Good. Okay, and then next one, have the we tend to be flexible in the Chudan Kamae. So taking the Chudan Kamae and be flexible. But you can also take all of these different Kamaes and be flexible also in these. So I want you to now find a position, find a Kamae and be flexible in this position. So move the feet whilst maintaining the Kamae this way. And then switch to another movement, switch to another Kamae. And then again, be flexible in the foot position. So moving with the Kamae. Find the different Kamae. Really settle into it and then feel that you can keep the position whilst maintaining movement. Find the different positions and move the body. Feel the arms, the hips, connect in the position, connect into it and then start to move with the Kamae. Connect into it, start to move. Just really explore different positions. Nice. Nice. There we go. Good. And then last thing, in this case, I want you to feel that you're going to go into one position. So for example, coming into the Jodan Kamae, and I want you to change it kind of halfway through the movement. So start to come into one position and change it to another. And come back into motion. So start to go into one motion and then change it. Come to something else. So intend to go one way and then come somewhere else. Just keep the weight sinking down, keep the hips flexible. So really go to some other position and then change it. Come to a position and change. Come to a position, change. You need to take a kind of break between. So go back into the Chudan. Find the position and change. Try. Get halfway between the movement and then change it totally. Yeah, good. That's good. Okay, good. So we'll go to some kind of striking motions, cutting motions, thrusting motions. Do the same thing. So just find the Kamae. Start with the Chudan. Work flexibly. So just moving around. And just nice and easy. Find a Kamae. Nice and grounded, sinking, and then just find a cut from this position, or a thrust, or a slice, whatever you feel. And then just come back into motion. Just keep it nice, grounded, heavy. Find a position. Find a cut. And then back into motion. Just make the transitions nice and smooth. Find a position. Find a cut. And then again, back to this kind of exercise. You can do the cut in the first kind of kamae, so take a kamae, find the cut, so as you've just been doing. But in this case, you can also, again, find a kamae, find a different kamae, and then find something else. So you can kind of cycle through as many as you like, and then just find, when you feel like you want to strike or you want to go into a movement, just find it. So just move into a kamae, change it, and then come into a strike. And then just start moving again. Keep this kind of pattern, moving flexibly, kind of chudan kamae, kamae, change, and come into a movement. Keep it nice and calm, flexible. Now just do a series of cuts, and then in between it, the transition, find a different kamae, and then just go into another set. So we're gonna kind of start with a movement, find a few cuts, kind of series of movements, and then just return into a kamae, and then begin again. Cut, and come into a new kamae. Just do 3, 2, however many cuts you feel, and then just return to a kamae. Cut. Back into a kamae. Okay, good. Just put the Bokkens aside. We'll get work on again some Kokyu work. So basic. The first one, just this one. You're going to start from a neutral position. Just feeling really with the sword work, raising, sinking, and then really the feeling is to raise forward and just press in. So from a kind of neutral position, really with this feeling of raising with the sword, raising and press forward. Now you're working in this position with the Kokyu. So just do 3 or 4 one side and then change. Just get a feeling neutral, press the ground and press out. 3, 4, right side and then change to the left. Always going back to a neutral position. And then long extension out. Nice. Good. And then in this case, in the right side or left side forward, you're going to start from the neutral position again, and then roll back, press forward. Yeah. So all in kind of one motion, nice and slowly. Roll back, gather up, and then press forward. Again, do 3, 4 each side, and then change. Coil back, strong connection to the hips, and then press it forward. Really strong extension, nice and grounded. And the other side, you can do the same. Just coil back, press forward. Nice, big, full movements. Yeah. Okay, last one. This time you're going to coil in with a rotation. Gather up and then press it in. Entering in, finding this movement. Keeping all the wrists, everything's flexible. This flexes and then press it in. This way. And again, you can do both sides. So stepping in, rotate out to the back. This way and then press it in. Try and really bring it together. So roll in, gather. You feel you're kind of gathering from the ground. So enter, round the weight, sink down, and then press back. You can motivate the movement from the ground. On the ground. And the last minute, just move freely around and just keep this kind of pattern of gathering up, pressing forward, gathering, pressing, gathering, pressing, gathering, pressing, and just use different movements with the feet. Keep this kind of pattern. The key is the hands and the hips. So whatever you do with the feet, keep this feeling between the hands and the hips, gathering and pressing forward through the hands. Gathering, pressing forward. Gathering, pressing forward. You also keep the feeling of pressing, but actually rolling back with the hip. So you can do the same thing. Pressing out anyway, really. Okay, very good. Just some cocktail exercises to finish. You can really do these in any kind of position. And the key again is this hip to hand connection. And pay attention. We'll do some more this week. The elbow again. I don't want to be working with the elbow out of the structure. So really, also as well as feeling that this hip to hand connection, feel that constantly the elbow sinking down. So even though when it's like the sword, even when you do these raising movements, it's never really using the elbow in a way like this, opening it out. Always keeping the feeling the elbow sinking weight. Whatever the position is, also you will. The elbow's constantly sinking down, even when you're raising it, or especially when you're raising it. These kind of positions, and not in these kind of positions. Kind of rolling the elbows out of the structure. So this is really the key. Keeping the hands connected to the hips, and this is really from the sword work, hand hip connection, and keeping the weight draining down. So this is really this is kind of work from the sword that you kind of unlock into the taijutsu work. Okay, we'll bow it and finish. はい、どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。
はい、thanks.
Thanks a lot, Michael.